Hello. It is April 14th, and it's time for Wednesday Connections. We are more than a year now into this time of COVID and staying away from one another or isolating from one another in order to keep one another safe. And the big, beautiful thing about it right now is that so many of us are being vaccinated. So we are moving closer and closer to the time where we will be able to be together in person. And what a celebration that is. So stay tuned for that. We're really excited about it. As we continue this time, and as I listen to so many of you and checking in with you by phone, this is what I'm hearing. Is yes, Pastor Kathy, we are anxious to be together, but it's to be together because we miss each other. It's our relationships. It is the relational part of seeing one another in person that is really, we are mourning and grieving of right now. And so I remind people of our ministry of care that we need to continue to care for one another. So I want to share with you a passage of scripture. It takes place immediately following Jesus washing the disciples' feet, which we talked about on Maundy, Thursday. It is a beautiful passage, and it's from the Gospel according to John, chapter 13, verses 12 through 17. So listen with me to what Jesus says about care. Then he said, and I want to tell you, I'm reading from the Message Bible, so it's a little more conversational. Then he said, "Do you understand what I have done to you? You address me as teacher and master, and rightly so. This is what I am. So if I, the master and teacher, washed your feet, you must now wash each other's feet. I've laid down a pattern for you. What I've done, you do. I'm only pointing out the obvious. A servant is not ranked above his master. An employee doesn't give orders to the employer. If you understand what I am telling you, act like it and live a blessed life." As I have shared with you in the past, one of my favorite devotional books is Henry Nouwen. I have a whole pile of them, but this is one of my favorite go-to ones. And he has something to say about the ministry of care. Listen with me to Henry Nouwen's words. Seeking to be helpful to another person is never easy. It may be fraught with difficulties and fears. We are frequently unsure whether we can be really helpful or whether the person really wants our help. We are also uncertain as to what might be most helpful and beneficial to that person. And we never fully understand all that may be involved in a person's needs and struggles. Yet we need to be careful that we don't make it all so complicated that we are paralyzed into inactivity. This is not to say that we should rush in with our own good intentions, which might be wide of the mark. But instead, this is the part I love, careful listening and sensitivity are always called for. But the important thing is that we start where we can and respond to what is at hand. This simple start might possibly lead to new opportunities and further ways to serve the other person. It takes time to build bridges of trust and openness. This is so even for people who are pressed by deep needs. It therefore takes time to come to the place where we can serve one another more meaningfully. Nouwen notes that we need to bend ourselves to the ground and touch the places in each other that most need washing. This suggests carefulness, humility, and trust. It involves a joining together, but it also involves a mutuality. Once we move beyond the crises and continue to serve, we ourselves will also receive. Those to whom we give will also enrich us. I share this particular meditation with you because I have heard some of the frustration of us being away from one another in person, trying to care for one another through the phone or with just our eyes over our mask, and how we don't know what more to do for some people who are really feeling distraught at this time and feeling the emotional weight of so long of not being together. So I just think we need to be there for one another for where we are in whatever moment that is and whatever day that is, whatever we encounter in one another, just to be present with one another and to love one another the best we can. And as we do that, I invite you also, if you have a United Methodist hymnal, there are so many hymns in here that speak to our spiritual journey and help us during this time. And I'm going to ask us to turn to page 472 as we sing together Near to the Heart of God. In all of the work we do with one another, in our care for one another, staying near to the heart of God is so very important. So let us sing together. There is a place of quiet rest near to the heart of God, a place where sin cannot molest, near to the heart of God. O Jesus, blessed Redeemer, sent from the heart of God, hold us who wait before thee, near to the heart of God. There is a place of comfort sweet, near to the heart of God, a place where we our Savior meet, near to the heart of God. O Jesus, blessed Redeemer, sent from the heart of God, hold us who wait before thee, near to the heart of God. There is a place of full release, near to the heart of God, a place where all is joy and peace, near to the heart of God. O Jesus, blessed Redeemer, sent from the heart of God, hold us who wait before thee, near to the heart of God. My friends, I invite you to stay near to the heart of God. As we are journeying in these final days, weeks, and months of being apart from one another, we are getting so very close to being together in person. So stay tuned for more on that. I also just want to implore you, if you are at all able to tune into worship these next 5 weeks. We begin this Sunday We are doing the 5 values of our church that we identified during the Imagine process that we have been involved in for these past few years. Even though we've been apart, the conversations have continued with a team of people. So we invite you, please, to try to tune in to worship the next 5 weeks as we look at these 5 values. And this Sunday, we will begin with our commitment to inclusiveness. These 5 weeks are really important to us because we are going to use our 5 values to lead us and to help us to reimagine what church looks like, how we are to be church together as we move forward together. It's been really nice to be with you, and I can't wait to be with you in person and to give you all complete hugs rather than just virtual hugs. And so be good to one another. Continue to care for one another in whatever way is possible at this time. We'll see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.